I'm going.
Okay.
Okay, I've got a woman in spirit, and it feels like she was full of energy as much as me. It feels like she was just full of energy. And it feels like she was almost like the Energizer Bunny, I'm supposed to say. It's like you almost never could stop her. And I get the impression that she was also a giver. I'm seeing a giving hand. I'm seeing her as a giver. And I feel like she was somebody that people would have taken her advice, that people, you almost would sit at her feet and listen to her. And people were trying to listen to her after she had crossed over. And it feels like some method, and I just got as if it was writing. I don't know if she was writing or journaling or whatever, but it feels like she had words to say to people even after she crossed over. She wants me to say that for identity, that her crossing was rather sudden, and it doesn't feel like it was sudden. It doesn't feel like it was heart attack or anything like that. Although I was just corrected as I said that. She may have had trouble with her heart, but it doesn't feel like it was that kind of sudden. It feels, though, that it was a short diagnosis. It feels like she heard about it and then she was gone shortly thereafter. And it feels like she just really never stopped, and up until the time that she couldn't go anymore. She just really tried. Her little batteries. She's wanting me to talk about her. She would have liked this. She would have liked this kind of gathering. It feels like she would have been a little bit open in her life, and that you would have been a part of listening to how she developed that. It feels like you would have either talked to her about that, or that you would have not necessarily mediumship, but just a little more open to the world than the general person on the street would have been. And it feels to me as if that was a fascinating part of her, that she could see it from a different angle, almost peripheral life that the rest of us couldn't see. I get the impression she was witty. In the very beginning of her, I only felt her busy, but it felt like she was witty, and it felt like you would laugh when you walked into that room, yes? Like you would laugh when you walked into that room, and that you almost wouldn't stop laughing until you left her company, that she was just that kind of person. And it feels like the number 3 would have been important in her life. Would the number 3 have been important? Yes. And I also get the impression with her that she was not somebody that would play games, that she was just straight talk, that what you saw was what you got with her, that she was just right straight on the money. Would we be talking about your mother? Yes. And she's making me feel like what led me to that was she's making me feel like you may be a lot like her, that you're never still, that you're always busy, and that you are, and I know those parts of you, so it made me make that connection. Daniela, did she just cross over within the past 3 or 4 years? Yes.
And is there a family name surrounding one of you that the last name is Brown? To you?
Okay, that's good. Was she somewhat artistic, or did she think she was artistic?
Tried to be artistic.
She tried to be artistic. Her little heart was artistic. So that's what she's showing me, is that she thought she was artistic.
She showed me finger paint as soon as she said that.
Did she sing? Did she sing? Yes. Daniela, I just asked if she'll please give me something that I would not know about. Now, I'm not around you a whole lot, a little bit, but that I would not know about that was part of your life within the last couple of weeks, so you'll know she's standing beside you. It feels like you just had an experience in your house that made you want to ask your mother questions. It feels like now, I lost my mother when I was 24. We always have questions for our mother, but it feels like within the last 2 weeks that you had a specific question for your mother, and there was nobody else available to ask that question to. Nobody was still here. Nobody could have answered that question except your mother. And it was specific enough that you either wrote it or said it out loud, or really, really thought that that was exactly what you needed your mother for that moment. And she just wants you to know that, and know that she was right there trying to answer that question. Just listen a little harder, follow the signs, and know that that she's beside you all the time. Okay, and we'll leave you with that. Okay.
Can I tell you that
Of
the
course.
number 3 was, she was the biggest Dale Earnhardt fan. We had trees, we had hugs,
Okay.
posters, everything.
Good girl, good girl.
So,
Oh,
That's great.
good.